Hello friends, in this session I discuss on data mining primitives and major issue in data mining. Data mining primitive has been a huge misjudgment is that data mining system can autonomously abuse out all the valuable knowledge from a given large database without human interaction. If there was no user interaction, then the system would uncover a large set of patterns and inside that may even better the size of the database. Hence, user interaction is required. This user communication with the system is provided by using a set of data mining primitives. So, I start my session on data mining primitives. There are different types of data mining primitives like first is task relevant data means what is the data set I want to mine. Next is type of knowledge to be mined means what kind of knowledge do I want to mine. Next is background knowledge means what background knowledge could be useful here. Next is pattern interestingness measurements means what measures can be useful to estimate pattern interestingness. Next is visualization of discovered patterns means how do I want the discovered pattern to be presented. So now I explain these primitives in detail. First is task relevant data. The first primitives is the specification of the data on which mining is to be performed. Typically, a user is interested in only a subset of database. It is impractical to mine the entire database practically or particularly since the number of patterns generated could be exponential with respect to the database size. Furthermore, many of the patterns found would be irrelevant to the interest state of the user. In a relational database, the set of task relevant data can be collected via relational query involving operation like selection, projection, join, and aggregation. This retrieval of data can be through of a subtask of the data mining task. The data collection process results in a new data relational called the initial data relation. The initial data relation can be ordered or grouped according to the conditional specification in the query. The data may be cleaned or transformed, or we can say aggregate on certain attributes before applying the data mining analysis. This initial relation may or may not correspond to physical relation in the database. Since virtual relations are called views in the field of database, the set of task relevant data for data mining is called a mineable view and it's like database or data warehouse name, database tables or data warehouse queues, conditions for data selection, relevant attributes or dimension, data grouping criteria. Example like if a data mining task is to study association between items frequently purchased at all electronics by customer in a particular city. The task relevant data can be specified by providing the following information. name of the database or data warehouse to be used for all electronics database. Next, name of the tables or data cubes containing relevant data. So, for the example like items, customer, purchase, and item sold. Next is condition for selecting the relevant data. For that example is retrieve data about purchase made in particular city for the current year. Next example like the relevant attribute or dimension. So we can consume the example like name and price for the item tables and income and age from the customer table. Now I explain our next primitive knowledge to be mined. It is important to specify the kind of knowledge to be mined as this determines the data mining functions to be performed. The kind of knowledge include concept descriptions or we can say characterization and discriminations, association, classification, prediction, clustering, and evolution analysis. In addition, to specifying the kind of knowledge to be mined for a given data mining task, the user can be more specific and provide pattern templates that all discovered patterns must be matched. These templates or meta patterns, also called meta rules or meta queries, can be used to guide the discovery process. The use of meta patterns is illustrated like a user study for buying habits of all electronics customer may choose the mind association rule of the patterns like in this pattern X is a key of the customer relation. P and Q are predicted variable that can be represented to the relevant attributes or dimensions specified as part of the task relevant data. W, Y, and Z are object variables. The search for association rule is conformed to those matching the given meta rules, such as this pattern like this. The former rule states that customer in their 30s with an annual income of between 40,000 and 49,000 are likely with 60% confidence to purchase a VCR and such case represent about 2.2 percentage of the total number of transactions. The later rule states that customers who are students and in their 20s are likely with 70% confidence to purchase a computer and such case represent about 1.4 percentage of the total number of transactions. Now, I explain our next primitive background knowledge. It is the information about the domain to be mined like concept hierarchy is a powerful form of background knowledge. It allows the discovery of knowledge at multi-level of abstraction. Concept hierarchy defines a sequence of mapping from a set of low-level concept to high-level, more general concept. A concept hierarchy for the dimension location is shown in the figure, mapping low-level concepts like cities to more general concepts like countries. Concept hierarchy consists of four levels. In our example, level 1 represents the concepts countries, while level 2 and 3 represent the concept state and cities respectively. In this, we have apply rolling up task. It's known as generalization of data. Means allows to view data at more meaningful and explicit abstractions. Make it easier to understand, compress the data world required, fewer inputs or outputs operations. We have also applied drilling down task, or we can say, or it is known as specialization of data. Means concepts value replaced by low level concepts. There may be more than one concept's hierarchy for a given attributes or dimensions based on different user viewpoints. Now, I explain our next primitive interestingness measure. It includes simplicity, means a factor contributing to the interestingness of a pattern is the pattern's overall simplicity for human comprehensions. Objectives measure of pattern simplicity can be viewed as functions of the pattern structure, defined in terms of the pattern size in bits or the number of attributes or operation appearing in the pattern. For example, the more complex the structure of a rule is, the more difficult is to interpret, and hence the less interesting it is like to do. Next is certainty, or we can say confidence. Each discovered patterns should have a measure of certainty associated with it that measures the validity or trustworthiness of the pattern. Next is utility, or we can say supports, means the potential usefulness of the pattern is a factor defining its interestingness. It can be estimated by a utility function such as support. The support of an association patterns refers to the percentage of task relevant data tuples or transaction for which the pattern is true. Next is novelty, means novel pattern are those that contributes new information or increase performance to the given pattern set. Now, I explain our next primitive, presentation and visualization. For data mining to be effective, data mining system should be able to display the discovered patterns in multiple forms, such as rules, tables, crosstab, or cross tabulations, pie or bar chart, decision tree, cubes, or other visual representation. User must be able to specify the forms of representation to be used for displaying the discovered patterns. Some representation forms may be better suited than others for particular kinds of knowledge. For example, generalized, generalized relations and their corresponding crosstabs or pie or bar charts are good for presenting characteristics descriptions, whereas decision tree are a common choice for classification. So, in figure, we have see summary of data mining primitives that includes tax relevant data, type of knowledge to be mined, background knowledge, pattern interestingness measures or measurements, visualization of discovered patterns. So I hope you can understand the concept of data mining task primitive. Now, next point is integration of a data mining system with a database or data warehouse system. Database and data warehouse system possible integration schema include no coupling, lossy coupling, semi-tight coupling, and tight coupling. We examine each of these schema in details. First is no coupling. No coupling means that a data mining system will not utilize any functions of a database or data warehouse system. It may fetch data from a particular source, such as file systems, process data using some data mining algorithms, and then store the mining result in another file. Next is lossy coupling. Lossy coupling means that a data mining system will use some facilities of a database or data warehouse system, fetching data from a data repository managed by these systems, performing data mining, and then storing the mining result either in a file or in a desired place in a database or data warehouse. Lossy coupling is better than no coupling because it can fetch any portion of data stored in database or data warehouse by using query processing, indexing, and other system facilities. However, many lossy coupled mining systems are main memory based because mining does not exploit data structures and query optimization methods provided by database or data warehouse systems. It is difficult for lossy coupling to achieve high scalability and good performance with large dataset. Next is semi-tight coupling. Semi-tight coupling means that beside linking a data mining system to a database or data warehouse system, efficient implementation of a few essential data mining primitives like identified by the analysis of frequently encountered data mining functions can be provided in the database or data warehouse systems. This primitive can include sorting, indexing, aggregation, histogram analysis, multi-way join, and pre-computation of some essential statistical measures such as sum, count, max, mean, standard deviation. Next is tight coupling. Tight coupling means that a data mining system is smoothly integrated into the database or data warehouse system. The data mining subsystem is treated as one functional component of information system. Data mining query and functions are optimized based on mining query analysis and data structures, indexing schema, and query processing methods of a database or data warehouse system. Now, I discuss on our next point, major issue in data mining. First issue is mining methodology and user interaction issue. This reflect the kind of knowledge mined, the ability to mine knowledge and multiple granularities, the use of domain knowledge, ad hoc mining, and knowledge visualization. Now, I discuss on mining different kind of knowledge in database because different user can be interested in different kind of knowledge. Data mining should cover a wide spectrum of data analysis and knowledge discovery tasks, including data characterization, discrimination, association and correlation analysis, classification, prediction, clustering, outlier analysis, and evolution analysis. Now, I discuss on interactive mining of knowledge at multiple level of abstraction because it is difficult to know exactly what can be discovered within a database. The data mining process should be interactive. For database containing a huge amount of data, appropriate sampling techniques can first be applied to facilitate interactive data exploration. Now, I discuss on incorporation of background knowledge. Background knowledge or information regarding the domain under study may be used to guide the discovery process and allow discovered patterns to be expressed in brief terms and at different level of abstraction. Now, I discuss on data mining query language and ad hoc data mining. Relational query language such as SQL allow user to pose an ad hoc query for data retrieval. In a similar manner, high-level data mining query language need to be developed to allow user to describe ad hoc data mining tasks by facilitating the specification of the relevant sets of data for analysis, the domain knowledge, the kind of knowledge to be mined, and the condition and constraints to be enforced on the discovered patterns. Now, I discuss on presentation and visualization of data mining results. Discovered knowledge should be expressed in high-level language, visual representation, or other expression from so that the knowledge can be easily understood and directly usable by humans. Now I discuss on handling noisy or incomplete data. The data stored in a database may reflect noise, exceptional case, or incomplete data objects. When mining data regularities, these objects may confuse the process, crashing the knowledge model constructed to overfit the data. Now I discuss on pattern evolutions, or we can say interestingness problems. A data mining system can uncover thousands of patterns. Many of the patterns discovered may be uninterestingness to the given user, either because they represent common knowledge or lack novelty. Now, I explain our next issue is performance issue. These include efficiency, scalability, and parallelization of data mining algorithm. Now I discuss on efficiency and scalability of data mining algorithms. To effectively extract information from a huge amount of data in database, data mining algorithm must be efficient and scalable. In other words, the running time of a data mining algorithm must be predictable and acceptable in large database. Now I discuss on parallel distributed streams, and incremental mining methods. The use size of many databases, the wide distribution of data, and the computational complexity of some data mining methods are factors motivating the development of parallel and distributed data mining algorithms. Such algorithms divide the data into partitions, which are processed in parallel. This result from the partition are then merged. Now I explain our next issue is issue relating to the diversity of database types. The first case is handling of relational and complex types of data. Because relational database and data warehouse are widely used, the development of efficient and effective data mining system for such data is important. Now, I discuss on mining information from heterogeneous database and global information system, local and wide area computer network such as the internet connected many sources of data, forming huge distributed and heterogeneous database. The discovery of knowledge from different sources of structures, semi-structures or unstructured data with the diverse data semantics poses great challenge to data mining. Data mining may help disclose high-level data regularities in multiple heterogeneous databases that are unlikely to be discovered by simple query systems, and many improve information exchange and interpretability in heterogeneous database. In that, we also say interoperability in heterogeneous database. So I hope you can understand the data mining issue. So thank you friends watching this video. I hope you can understand all the concept of data mining primitive and issue. Thank you.